Ito ang radyo ni Seti, ang lumaking prinsipe.
Yes, hello. This time we are going to talk about the IPCRF e-tool for data collection system for school year 2019-2020. But before that, let me tell you about this IPCRF e-tool. It is a Microsoft Excel macro-enabled workbook file with XLSM as file extension, and this IPCRF has 4 templates. We have also part 1 and part 2, wherein part 1 contains the COT and IPCRF ratings data collection, while part 2 contains core behavioral competencies data collection. So now we are going to have this flow chart of different roles and responsibilities of rater and ratees. So as you can see on the left part of the screen are the roles of the rater, and then on the right side is the role of the ratee. So let's start with the role of the rater. Number 1 is download the IPCRF e-tool. Number 2 is encode ratees data. Number 3, encode part 1, which contains COT and QAT ratings. And after doing that, the rater will pass the file into ratee to encode or to accomplish part 2 and part 4. Upon accomplishing this, the ratee will now pass again the file into rater, wherein the rater will pass this to the person who is authorized to do the submission process. Okay, let's start with step 1, download IPCRF e-tool, which is the role of the rater. Number 1, download from the official Google Drive link, and then extract the file or extract from the zip file. Take note of the official Google link, which is deped.in/IPCRF encode 2019-2020. You have to be careful of this link because omission or changing some of the characters in the link will lead you to some errors. And then the screen will prompt you into this, to the Google Drive. You can find the file DepEd prescribed IPCRF for 2019 and 2020, or it depends on the orientation of your device. Sometimes it appears like this. Okay? After doing that, all you have to do is to right click on the file and then download. Okay. Upon downloading, you have to extract. So do not open the IPCRF Excel tool without first extracting it from the zip file. At the bottom, you can see the different sign or symbols or icon for the zip file. We have 2 methods, method A and method B. Go onto the folder, onto the file, right click, and then extract all. Click on extract all. And then it will prompt you into a dialog box wherein kailangan mag-choose ka ng destination, the best destination for the file, and then it will create the file. Okay? The IPCRF form. Method B, all you have to do is to double click the folder, and then it will create this file. So, but do not yet open the file because the extracting is not yet finished. All you have to do is to drag and drop the file into the desktop, or simply copy and paste into desktop. For Mac users, double clicking will automatically extract the file. Okay, we are done with downloading the IPCRF e-tool. So let us now go to encode ratees data. Okay, step 2, encode ratees data. It is also a rater's role. Opening the Excel IPCRF e-tool, enable editing, enable macro, encode schools data, encode raters data, encode or make copies, or encode ratees data. Okay, upon opening the IPCRF tool, please be reminded of the following, the do's and don'ts. You can open the file in laptops or tablets using your Windows and Macs and desktop PCs. Okay? But do not open using your mobile phones, tablets, or any Android devices, and of course, in Chromebooks. Another is that you can open the file using the Microsoft Office 2010, 2013, 2016, 2019, and 365. Do not open the file into online Microsoft, and then sa Google Sheets, do not open WPS and likes. Okay, doing this will create some error, or there are functions which are not available in the file if you use different online Microsoft application. Okay, upon opening the file, you are going to see this enable editing. All you have to do is to click enable editing. After clicking that, you also have to click enable content. Okay, and to make sure that everything is enabled, or the functions of the IPCRF tool is or are enabled, so all you have to do is to go on the file and then go to the option, look for Trust Center. After looking into Trust Center or clicking into Trust Center, look into Trust Center setting and then macro setting, and you have to click on enable all macros. After doing that, click OK. Okay, once again, for you to enable all the functions of the IPCRF, all you have to do is to make sure is go to File, go to Option, Trust Center settings, macro setting, enable all macros, and then click OK. And you are ready with your Microsoft. Once you have closed all the Excel workbooks and you have to restart, okay? You have to reopen the file. After doing the macros, enabling the all macros, all you have to do is to close and then to reopen the file to apply all the changes that you have made. Next one, this is now the part 1 of your IPCRF. So we have the different sheets or tabs, encoding part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Here are the properties of different tabs. Okay, so properties of different tabs, encoding part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Editing, it is editable sa encoding. Part 1, part 2, part 3 is not, because it depends on the encoding. Part 4, it is editable. Sa encoding, hanggang part 3, they are protected, and then the support part 4 is unlocked. Encoding, it is not printable. Part 1 to part 4 is printable. Okay. Just below the part 1 is the part 2, which is part for the rates. They have to click or to tick on the box, which will be discussed further later. Okay, this time ito yung ating schools data na i-accomplish na raters data, and the rates data. Okay, kasama itong nasa ilalim, rates data. Okay, let's start with the schools data. First is the region. It is a drop-down option also. You have to choose carefully, because let's say for example you are in Batangas Province, division of Batangas Province, and for some reason na-click ninyo ay Mimaropa without knowing na na-click ninyo ang region 4B Mimaropa. So of course, at hahanapin nyo kayo si division si Batangas Province. Of course, you cannot find Batangas province because you have clicked region 4B Mimaropa. So division option depends on the selected region. So kapag ganyan ang nangyari, all you have to do is to go back into region and check what you have chosen. The school's name, the municipality, the school's ID ay encode nyo lamang dyan, while the school size or category, it is in drop down button or option, small, medium, large, or very large, as well as this type of the school, urban or rural, naka-drop down option yan. So another crucial option is the curricular classification. So because in choosing this, it will directly affect into the another field in na kailangang i-accomplish ni rater. For example, dun sa part ni rates, dun sa subject level taught. So dapat ay okay ang pagpili dito sa curricular classification para tama din doon sa rates data. Okay, ayan, nakita nyo, it will directly affect dun sa level taught, grade level taught, and subject taught. So sa raters naman, sa raters data, ang kailangan ilagay dyan ay yung name, position, and then date of review. Using this format, last name, first name, and middle initial. Sa position, it is a drop-down option also. All they have to do is to choose the position. Okay, and then sa date, do not yet accomplish the date because sa kanyo yan i-accomplish mamaya kapag ipa-finalize na ninyo ang part 1. Just leave it blanks. But in accomplishing this, you have to follow the format shown on the screen, year, month, and the date. Okay, after doing that, you have to save the file, Control S, then close the workbook, because basically all you have just made is the template for the IPCRF. Okay, let's say for example, if you are the rater and you have 20 teachers, ibig sabihin you have to create 20 files para dun sa bawat teacher using the yung file name ng pangalan ng teacher para hindi kayo malito. And then yun ang inyong bubuksan bago nyo i-edit ang part ng Ratis data. In this part, pwede nyo namang hingi ng tulong ni Ratis dahil mas alam nila yung information sa kanila. Okay. So, encode lang ang kanilang pangalan using the format last name, first name, and then the middle initial. And then sa position, it is a drop-down option also. Pili lang sila ng kanilang position. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin niyo ang ating sample is green for proficient. Teacher 1, 2, 3. Let's say the Ratis is a master teacher. So, ang kailangan niya ay highly proficient na form. So, pag pinalitan lang yung kanilang position, let's say dito, nagpalit sila ng position dyan. Okay. Automatic, magkakaroon or automatic magiging highly proficient ang form. At you will notice or you can notice if the background color of the IPCRF change from green to blue. Ayan, nakalagay po dyan master teacher. So, naging blue yung ating background. So, ibig sabihin, this is for highly proficient. Yung form is for highly proficient. So, now, done for the download of IPCRF, done in encoding Ratis data. So, we are now down to encode part 1, COT and QET ratings. Encode COT, encode QET, and finalize part 1. So ito po, we have 4 columns for COT1, COT2, COT3, and COT4. Kung mapapansin niyo, naka-disabled po lahat ng cell except dun sa may tapat ng COT1 na makikita niyo or manonotice niyo because of the color ng cell niya is white. So ibig sabihin, ayan po ay naka-drop down option para dun sa specific subject ng Ratis. Okay, kapag napili po yung subject, automatic magiging enable po yung tapat ng rating kung saan magi-encode ng rating. Sa proficient po, it is between 3 to 7. Sa highly proficient, it's between 4 to 8. Upon encoding the ratings in a RPMS 5-point scale will automatically populated based on the rating input. After doing that, after everything is ready, accomplished, all you have to do, or the rater will now put the date of the observation on the white cell. And then, lock COT. Click on lock COT1. In locking COT1, ayan, bigla pong lalabas itong dialog box na ito, rater's password. So, the rater must enter password minimum of 6 character. Ibig sabihin, you have to make or you have to create your own password which is minimum of 6 characters, and you have to remember that password because you are going to use that in finalizing part 1. After doing that, click go. And we are now ready to proceed to COT2, COT3, and COT4. Okay, you have to be reminded that before going to COT2, COT3, and COT4, kailangan mo lang na-lock yung previous COT, which is COT1. You cannot proceed to COT2 without locking COT1. The same with COT3, you cannot proceed to 3 without lacking or accomplishing COT 2. And the same with COT 4. Okay, dapat po sila ay nakalock. Ibig sabihin, it should be accomplished in sequence. After encoding everything on the COT, we are now going to encode IPCRF numerical rating. All you have to do is to encode the rating of QENT, quantity, efficiency, and timeliness. QET numerical ratings accept whole numbers from 1 to 5. 1 it is done, 1 it is ready. Punta po tayo dun sa taas, dun sa sinasabi natin kanina na hindi pa po natin kailangang ilagay ang date of review. Dahil natapos na po natin, accomplish na po natin ang numerical rating at saka COT, we are now ready to finalize the part 1. So, ibig sabihin, it is now time to put the date of review. Upon putting the date, punta po tayo, scroll down po tayo dun sa pinakamababang part. Makikita po nyo dyan, approving authority, ilalagay po yung pangalan and then the position, and then click finalize part 1, and then the dialog box will pop out at hinihingi yung password na kinreate nyo kanina. So, yun po ang ilalagay dito. Kaya hindi dapat malimutan yung password ninyo na ginawa previously because kakailanganin ninyo yun in finalizing the part 1 and then click go. Okay, we are now done in code part 1, COT and QET ratings. Upon accomplishing these roles by the rater, the rater will now pass the file into RATE. It is now part of the RATE to accomplish or to encode part 2 and part 4. Upon accomplishing, so syempre si RATE ipapasa naman doon uli kay rater. Punta po tayo dito kay part ng RATE sa encoding ng part 2 and part 4. Okay. Finalize part 2 and part 4 which is part of the rates. Kung kanina ay rater, ngayon naman po na kay rate tayo. Okay, ang kailangan lang gawin ni rate, part 2 is core behavioral competencies which is just below the part 1. Scroll down nyo lang yon ng part 1 and then makikita natin ang part 2. The rate will tick on the box on the different competency indicators which they think they embodied or they project during the performance cycle. Okay, they have to tick on the box which contains different competency indicator na demonstrate nila on the performance cycle. After doing that, you are now ready to finalize part 2. So syempre magpa-pop out din ang dialog box na ito na nanghihingi ng password. So katulad ng ginawa ni rater, gagawa din kayo ng inyong sariling password na kailangan ninyong tandaan, minimum of 6 characters. Huwag niyong kakalimutan because gagamitin niyo mamaya yan sa paglalak naman ng or pagpa-finalize ng part 4. Magkaiba po ang password ni rater at magkaiba rin ang password ni RATE. After doing that, click go. Now you are now ready to finalize part 4. All you have to do is to accomplish the development plans. Okay? So upon accomplishing the development plans, you have to click on the finalize part 4. So narito na naman tayo sa dialog box na ito ng rate's password. Kaya kinakailangan tandaan nyo yung password that you have created earlier because i-encode nyo siya dito for you to finalize part 4, and then upon encoding the password, you have to click go. And then the RATE is now done encoding part 2 and part 4. Kailangan nang ipasa ni RATE ang kanyang file sa rater for the facilitation of the submission of the file. Take note that the person entitled or authorized to submit or to do the submission process is the school head or any person appointed by the school head. Okay, that's the end of raters and rate's role. Thank you once again sa panunood. Ang reference po natin ito ay itong nasa link natin sa YouTube. So huwag niyo pong kakalimutang i-subscribe ang radyo ni Sedi, ang lumaking prinsipe. Maraming salamat.
Ito ang radyo ni Sedi, ang lumaking prinsipe.